CyberKnife here, and man, have I got a game for you. Hold on to your friggin' seats. This is a quick but fun little game. So I just jump right in. I'm thinking, hey, I got not a whole lot going on today. I'm gonna crank out some world of ships here. I'm gonna grind my OBA. Is that how you pronounce it? The AOBA? OBA. It's the Tier 6 Japanese IJN cruiser. I just got it, and I've upgraded the firing, what do you call it, the module that determines how far you fire. I don't know, what is this called? I'm not really good with the terminology on some of these ships, man. I was in the Marines, not the Navy, you know what I'm saying? I was cargo, stuff down below. They didn't let me around the gizmos. The firing control. So I've upgraded the firing control of my OPA, but nothing else. I have the A-hull. So here I am playing my absolute favorite ship in the game. I'll go ahead and admit it right now, the Phoenix. This thing is just the most well-balanced light cruiser in the game. It's not a torp. I torp in this thing all the time, but only in close combat, just to make somebody turn off their access and quit screwing with me and make them, you know, turn sideways so I can hit them with my AP. Basically. Oh, I'm sorry, I bumped my mic. I'm actually hand gesturing. You can't see this, but like I talk with my hands, and I actually bump my mic. But anyway, so I'm hoping that these guys will come with me, and I am not sure. I'm gonna turn around and take a look. I have no idea what is the deal with that Wikis right there. I'm pretty sure he's just AFK the whole game. I'm not positive on this, but keep an eye on him because I'm pretty sure the guy doesn't move. But I'll tell you who does move is this Arkansas Beta, who's way up there, even farther above him. I don't even think the guy is in the game yet. I mean, it's hard to say. But anyway, so I'm going to go back. What I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of ridge running the corner here, seeing what's here. And by now, usually I'd bump into something like a battleship or something. But there's nothing here, man. And I was just going to orbit. I was saying in chat, hey, I'm just going to come circle down here, and I did get one buddy to come with me here who was extremely helpful. This other Phoenix, Kirby, big shout out to him. He was very helpful. So I see just what, a Wikis? Psh, whatever. So I've still got 16 seconds of seeing through a smoke left. I wish I would have waited to push it a little longer. I was using it so I could see through the island and hopefully spot him early and see what was going on. So he's hit the. This is kind of a wonky replay. Guarantee, and trust me, he's not jumping back and forth. He's right where I'm shooting. He's just. This is the spotting mechanics of the game, kind of combined with the wonkiness of the replay. He's pretty much staying right there. He's popping in and out of my vision occasionally because of his smoke. So we go ahead and secure our first kill, as well as the first blood medal. Now I've got myself a full health Carl's Rule Tangles with, and this is no small thing. But luckily I've got my buddy here who is with me, and you can't see it. I don't have my mods on. There was just a big update. So, and actually I do think it looks kind of prettier without it. Without the bigger round markers telling you what's AP and what's HE. It is prettier, but I'll tell you, it's not as useful. I keep thinking I'm shooting HE at this guy, but I'm not. There's a big hit, 3,000. I decide to throw out torps just ahead of him. Sometimes this will get people turning and looking, and they hear a torp buzzer, and they stop looking at and firing at me, and they start worrying more about staying alive. He doesn't know those torps aren't going to fully intersect with him, maybe only one of them. But it did get him to turn away. Unfortunately, it turned away into that Wiki smoke, or whoever smoked this is, but I'm pretty sure it was the Wikis that smoked there, and I'm like, ah, crap. But then he comes back online, I see him, line him up again. Now I'm on 8 HE since he's so low, and he's pretty angled. These German ships, when they angle, you're not going to get anywhere near full damage. You might as well go 8 HE, high explosive, #1 ammo, if you're running that close, and he's that low anyway, so he's burning. Kill secured, #2. And then, believe it or not, toughest fight of the game, this little bugger, the Kohlberg. Check out this guy, man. I'm banging away on him with everything I got. Now, luckily, this Kohlberg is exchanging fire with the other Phoenix further away instead of me for whatever reason, kind of noobing out. because I really saved a lot. Hey, look at this, and I shot Torps and just gave the traditional. Hey, he's going to turn widespread. This is a perfect example of why you never shoot widespread when you're a destroyer trying to get at a ship. He literally just ignored him. He drove right through him. No correction necessary. Okay. Now I meant to shoot them wide because that's more of just a brush off. It's me saying turn away from me. Show me your side or your ass. But it would have been nice if one of them hit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have to move a muscle. So now this little bugger, he took down my buddy, and he's turning on me. He's knocking out turrets and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? So finally I get him. And then it comes torpedo time. The enemy carrier gets wise and goes, hey, this guy's on a bit of a rampage down here with 3 kills. And I imagine his team was like, okay, man, can you concentrate some torps on that guy? So luckily, we have a really good Langley. I believe it was a Langley, right? Yeah. This HMCS Nova Langley was like on the job. They basically had an AFK battleship. So I'm just going to try to set him on fire real quick and then kind of forget about him. But then here's Mr. Torpedo Bomber circling, waiting to get a side. And this thing turns so quickly that I'm just not giving him a side. And oh great, by the way, I got lucky and those last shots did light that Carolina on fire. So he's burning over there for me. And I'm just basically, and then here comes the cavalry. Half a squadron of fighters he just throws them in battle to get them off of me and to break up their torpedoes, which they do. Look how wide these things are. Look how bad of a drop that was. That is only because the Langley was there harassing the crap out of this guy. I don't have a defensive fire. That's also what a defensive fire cooldown will do in a higher tier cruiser. And look at that. He's in there just slugging it out, and I'm trying to stay with him and get as many of my crappy little Phoenix AA. The Phoenix AA is basically 3 sailors standing on the decks with 2 45s and 1 in each hand, taking pot shots at the enemy planes. That's pretty much what my AA is. Check him out though. Langley's still hanging in there with 2 fighters. He's taken down 3 of those torpedo bombers and saved my ass by screwing that up. So I notice, he's burned a while, but it's gone out. So I want to set him on fire. But not only that, I want to set him on fire ass to stern, right? Right, no, stern and the ass are the same thing. We'll say from the front to the ass. So I got him on fire immediately in the middle. But check this out, man. I start taking these real carefully placed shots. There's a nice shot to the bow. So he's burning on 2 fires now. Now I want this ass to burn. So I start aiming at that second gun mount. I bump into the wall. I turn out, but see, not the low right gun mount. The next one in. I'm kind of aiming between. No, I actually am aiming at the low right gun mount, I guess. But I'm just lobbing rounds into between those 2 gun mounts, trying to set a fire in that quadrant. Because if you can set a fire in that quadrant, then it's a 3 burner. Then he loses 500 points of health every single tick of the clock. So it's just massive. Look at the ticking down. The fire just ate him up. So basically, I got an Arsonist for free just for lighting him on fire in 3 separate spots. And that just shows you how fast a little cruiser can take down a battleship if he were to, say, not have his repair up. If you go ahead and you see, oh, he's repaired that fire. I hit him, I set him on fire, he put it out. You go, yay! Wait 5 seconds because he's pretty immune to anything for a little bit after that repair cooldown, and then you light him on fire in all 3 quadrants and watch how fast he goes from being the big bad super health BB to being knocking down 1,000 points every 3 seconds. It's crazy how much health they lose. I wish I could quote you the exact figure, but it's like an insane amount of damage every tick when you got 3 fires going. Why I can't see this guy, I have no idea, but I did light him on fire, and I still can't see him. Usually when you're on fire, it makes you easier to see. Spotting mechanics again. This is real, too. I couldn't see him for anything, so I'm just shooting into the area, trying to close the distance, and I'm trying to get into cap. I've got this battleship with me, and I'm thinking, okay, we're pretty even right now. Okay, if you look at what's going on, we both have carriers, we both have battleships, and we both have a cruiser, and we both have a DD. So things are pretty damn even. We've got I'm thinking that our little RDD is AFK, so we're actually down a ship here. We're actually in the negative, and then guess what? I see the Phoenix, I believe it is, way up top there. I believe I might have pinged him. Yeah, B6, I pinged him. I just want to get this USMC Wolf carrier burning and sunk quickly. I don't want any ghost planes flying around dropping bombs on me or whatnot. That's pretty funny now that they'll act on their own even though the carrier's down. I didn't know that. I didn't realize. I don't read the patch notes a lot, and I wasn't aware of that, and I just see this big flight of bombers flying around that this guy had just launched and then died, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just drive through them, and just try to shoot a couple of them. Man, they just bombed the living dog shit out of me. It was pretty hilarious. And I'm like, what the hell? The carrier's dead, right? So there's the Kracken, number 5. But now you think all is well and everything's good, but it's really not, because now I've got a full health Wyoming and a nearly full health South Carolina coming right at me, and luckily I've got my buddy over here right by my side, the Arkansas Beta Bird Dog 32, just banging it away with these guys. Now, yes, the Wyoming is giving me a hard time, and he just took half my health right there. So now, excuse my French, but shit's getting real. At this point, I'm really like, I don't know if we're going to win this or not. I really kind of don't think we're going to win this. So I'm banging away, just trying to get a fire on the guy that's firing at my guy. I just want to get a fire set and then switch, because I'm not really going to... It's hard for me... Oh, and great, now the Phoenix is coming back too. And our battleship is useless because he's still on the other side, so he's not going to fire a shot. The guy way over there at, like, the 2 line on E. Our carrier's in the fight doing whatever he can to keep these battleships, so that's great news. But we really don't have so we're really down 2 people, that AFK destroyer as well as the battleship that's, I'm not blaming the guy. I mean, he could have just been the only person there to defend against the Phoenix if the Phoenix would have come around. So, he just got unlucky that everything ended up on this side, and, you're slow. So there, I get my fires. I'm abusing this island. He can see me, but, for whatever reason, I think he's not... I don't know why this guy's not firing at me right now. And you can see my position. I'm getting ready. I'm like, I can feel it. I know it's coming. I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the boom, right? 600 points. I put out the fire immediately. If I hadn't turned, I'd have been dead right there, probably. I'd have taken that whole... I'd took that whole salvo. So, anyway, let me go back into my view. So I'm asking for help if any one of these... And look at... They've got a DD now that is in our cap. Oh, how are we ever going to win this? Alright? But yet, here's my hero is still over here banging it out. Bird Dog. So he's on pretty good health. He knows what he's doing. And he is making this possible for me. He's really taken the... He's using his battleship like, in my opinion, a battleship should be. He's tanking it. He's got the hit points, and he's using them. He's saying, don't go hit my fragile little buddy over here that's not really watching where he's going shooting. Look at... You can't even see my ship because of the clipping. That's so weird. Look at that. See my smokestacks. I'll go into my view. But anyway, so I'm still shooting and shooting even though I'm bumping on here. I mean, he's completely saving my ass. I'm just trying to get this guy on fire so I can start helping get some damage on this Wyoming and help my Bird Dog over here. So we're about... Okay, so now we get a fire burning on him. And boom! Then it doesn't really matter because Bird Dog just gives it to him. Look at that. Just blasts him. So I'm thinking, okay, my invisible ship now... See, I've got invisible cloaking powers, and I can literally just at any time just go Klingon cloaking device and psh, boop. If you're not looking, you'll just see a wave in the water. Here's Goofball. I have no idea what he's doing. He's just going to sit here and give me some free shots that I'm hardly able to take advantage of. But I think Bird Dog is... I think He's either getting shot at. Yeah, he's getting shot at, and I just can't help him. He's running out of cap. I don't think I was aware he was taking so much fire from this dude sitting still. And now finally I'm going to get the fire off of him because... So I did get 3 hits on him. I was hoping to break him up or get something going. But anyway, I don't... He's still not letting off of my buddy there, Bird Dog. Let me turn and look. I'm gonna... Because I don't think this guy dies for a sec. Ah, come on, let me look. Yeah, he's got 8,000 health, but is he flooding or something? So anyway, I get Holmes on fire, and he's doing the backing up around the rocks thing, but that's not really working for him because we're kind of starting to zoom in on him now. So watch his smokestacks. That's the key. You see how he's level and then going. So now you know to already it's. But this is the problem. Now watch the arc of this right here. You might go, oh, geez, you know, CyberKnife, you suck. Why can't you hit this guy? At 14, you're already exceeding the range of the design parameters for these guns. I can actually shoot much farther than the 16.5, but this is a perfect example of showing how these guns will arc and plunge and arc and plunge, and so it's like shooting a mortar at him. There's no flat trajectory. I can't just aim into a side and shoot into him and have them lob over and hit him in the side. It's like throwing a rock straight up in the air so high that it will eventually come down and drop on top of him. Look at this clipping with this ship. So I'm taking a look around, making sure that no one's sneaking up on me, and I'm staying in the cab. So anyway, I finally... I'm just like, he kills my buddy. That sucks. And I'm pretty sure that this is just going to be a really big bummer because I've got all these medals, right? But what's the big O deal? God, come on, I want to see my ship. I'm serious, this is the weird... This is complete replay. I'm going straight off the replay. I've been having a lot of really weird replay issues since this new update. And I am capping. And here comes the next problem, Mr. Phoenix. Great. So he's not going to let me cap, right? Hell no. Look how close I was to capping. Seconds away. Look at this bastard. He knows how to play too. So now we're closing fast. I've got 4,000. He's got 3,000. I have a small hit point advantage. I'm still on HE. He's losing. Yeah, there goes another fire, and I don't believe he has repair. I just get Confederate for that. Set another fire. He's not going to put that out. He's pretty screwed. I don't even know why I bothered to do this. That's just a normal tactic of mine. I could have not even fired. He was going to burn out. But that's what I'll do. I'll launch those torps ahead of a guy, and that causes him to turn in. And if he's got slow guns, then, you know, his guns won't be able to track me anymore. It's basically a way of getting a person to, in close quarters battle, to either show me a soft spot or quit shooting at me or whatever, and it works pretty often. So I'm pretty low health here, and he's... the carrier's warning me he's on my 7, and I'm like, where? I'm like freaked out. I'm like, where? I don't even know where my 7 is. My 7, what he means, like down, you know, below me. So he gives me a grid. He's talking like H-line, and I'm like, yeah, that would suck if this guy just snuck up on me and started shooting me in the ass. So I decided to put myself heading towards him on a good angle. That way, if indeed the game did not end quick enough, he's not going to kill me, because really it wouldn't take much. If a little Dursky pops up on you there, I don't have any more of my sonars, so there's, you know, he could be right here. Now I know he's not, because I'm still apparently capping, so that's great. So that tells me he's not in the cap, but just in case he's about ready to pop in, I'm kind of aiming towards those buoys out there. But you hear those lovely sounds, and you look up and you go, ah, we are ahead. And so they say good game, and I say very good game, and wow. So I'll meet you in the cap. So wow, huh? What a game. Boy, I enjoyed that. And, for the first game of the day, really, that's not a bad. I just jumped in. I always like to warm up on the Phoenix before I go play the higher tiers. And ended up, look at this. I mean, that's just crazy. Look at these awards: Arsonist, Confederate, High Cal, Kracken, and First Blood. Even when you have a good game, you don't tear it up like that every game. That was just a lot of fun, man. That's quite a little chunk of XP, too. Wasn't flagged up or anything. Took out a wikis. Is that what it is? A wik. I always say wikis. South Carolina, Colberg, Karlsruhe, and a Langley, and that last Phoenix. Jeez, I was really surprised that the Dursky did not come after me. I wasn't worried about the Torps because they're only like 3 kilometers or something, so I knew I could get my guns on and take them out. I still had 2,000 health, something like that. But wow, what an exciting game. Lower tier games can be so much fun, especially to warm up on the action, the pace of it. You just get right in there and go, and it's just a lot of fun. And the Phoenix is just a really great ship. One of the really underrated ships in the game as far as ease of play, how fun it is. You just have to get over that high arcing fire, and you can put advanced firing skill on your captain like I did to take your range out to 16.5, but you're not going to be hitting a whole lot out there. It's mostly for harassment. So, like I said, man, these other guys had just a really great game. I was really impressed with these guys. I mean, I really was. Some of them really hang, especially that Arkansas, that bird dog that hung in there with me. That was just really nice that he kind of chilled and hung in there with me. So anyway, I guess that's the game. Wow, love games like that. Don't get a whole lot of them, so you gotta enjoy them when they come along and kind of RNG falls your way. You know what I mean? So anyway, hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. CyberKnife out.